A new generation of wireless technology is coming. Faster speeds, smarter networks, and if history is any guide, the moment 6G gets announced, some people will ask the same question. Is 6G safe? 6G is the next step in mobile technology, expected to launch around 2030. It builds on 5G, with faster speeds, smarter networks, and new capabilities like environmental sensing and integrated AI. But technically, it inherits most of 5G's underlying architecture, the same antenna principles, the same core frequencies, with some new bands added on top. An evolution, not a revolution. And that distinction matters enormously for what comes next. Despite data usage increasing 8-fold between 2016 and 2023, measured RF EMF levels in public spaces have remained essentially flat. Typical maximum environmental exposure levels have stayed below 1% of international safety limits. 1%. More users, faster networks, and the needle barely moved. Will 6G break this pattern? No, and here's why. 6G relies heavily on multiple input, multiple output, or MIMO antennas that use beamforming, directing radio energy toward users who need it, rather than broadcasting in all directions. This already reduces average exposure compared to older antenna designs. In 6G's new frequency bands, this will become even more efficient. The result? Maximum exposure levels expected to be similar to 5G, while average levels are expected to be lower. Meanwhile, international safety standards already cover the full frequency range that 6G will ever realistically use. The exposure standards aren't scrambling to catch up. They already cover the full range. So will 6G change your exposure levels? Not likely. Maximum levels are expected to be similar to 5G with lower average levels. Safety standards are already in place, and decades of data showing exposure typically below 1% of safety limits. 6G will change how our world connects, but EMF exposure is more likely to remain similar to what we see today.